Hello and welcome back into Midwest Sports Cards, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great out there. Hope you're enjoying the hobby. Today I've got another fun one from Hybrid Grading Approach. I have 9 cards in here. It's still sealed. Now, Hybrid Grading Approach has went to showing the grades. They went to showing the grades online, and I seen when I went, they sent me an email, hey, your cards have been shipped. I went on there and seen the first grade of one card, so I know one card, but I stopped myself from looking at the rest of them. So this is going to be pretty much a blind reveal. I don't know what grades they are. I've never gotten a 10 yet, and I'm hunting a 10. I looked these cards over in great detail before I sent them off. This is the one set of cards that I sent off that I did the most detailed look with a loop. I put stuff on it. There were a couple of them in there I knew that had a little bit of a flaw on it. Probably wasn't going to 10, but would still hit that 9 or 9.5 mark. So I went ahead and did it anyways because I liked the card. However, there's 9 of them in here, and I believe 7 of them were of some of the best cards that I've sent to them yet. Really screened them as deeply as I possibly could, trying to get that elusive 10 from them. And at this point, I have stopped sending cards to them. They've been kind of up and down. They've been kind of all over the place. They've had some fakes. They've had they're behind again. This, that, and the other. Not unlike anybody else. I'm not hating on them or anything like that. You know, they did come out pretty strong and say that they were different, and now we're finding out that they're pretty much the same. They're behind. Things get them behind. Whatever. So, at any rate, I do enjoy the slabs. I do enjoy the labels. I haven't really seen the resale value much as far as on the HGA. So I'm just kind of holding off. They did raise their prices. HGA raised their prices $5 for each one. So now it's going to cost $25 just to get it graded. If you want a custom label, it's going to be $20 on top of that. So if you want a custom graded card, it is going to be $45 is the lowest price that you can get to grade a card. And be quite honest, it's really hard to get a 10 or even a 9.5, which a lot of those cards, I mean, unless you just send in the rarest of rare cards, you're going to, it's hard to get the $45 value back out of it. So at any rate, if you're new here and you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. I did do a 100 subscriber giveaway. I'll do a 200 subscriber giveaway once we get closer. So if you don't mind helping out the channel, hitting that like button so that it can get out there in the algorithm and more people can see it, I will be doing more content. Again, I do have 100 cards coming back from PSA. I sent them off in early January, and if they are going through cards pretty quick, so I'm really hoping that by December, at least, I'll have them back. But it's getting closer, and I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah. So these were. I'm gonna turn these upside down. All right. Let me put these in some kind of order here. I have some good cards. There's a Shaq, Kevin Garnett. That's a Fernando Tatis. Ronald Acuna. There's the 90 Frank Thomas. This is a Mike Trout. So we'll do that one last. Oh, a Tom Brady and a Luis Robert. So, wow. Some pretty good cards. We'll start out with the banger here. This first one is Justin Herbert, rated rookie. It is just the base. So I just wanted to go ahead and send it in. I don't have a silver. I think Justin Herbert is he's having a great season, and I think he is going to actually do well. So Even the base card, I mean, right now I do have some optic mega and some blasters and hangers that I could rip on the show to try to chase some Justin Herbert. So I might do that. We'll see. So here's the Justin Herbert 9.5. Dang it. We got 10 on the corners, 9.5 on the surface, 9.5 on the edges, and 9.5 on the center. So I do like that design. I went with the neutral card match. I do like it. And 9.5 is a gem mint, so this would probably be a 10 and a PSA. But yeah, see that. Let me look at the back. I mean, you look at the back. The centering on the back is pretty good. I mean, the top to bottom maybe, but that's where I think PSA you get 10s. This would be a 10 in PSA because their centering is limits are a lot more forgiving, and they tell you that right off the bat. You know what, you know how they grade. So I'm happy with that. 9.5, Justin Herbert, optic, rated rookie. So I think it's going to be a good card. I mean, it is a base, so it's going to be limited in how expensive it actually gets, but still, it will carry some value. All right, here's a Shaquille O'Neal, and I'm not sure what this one is, but we're going to go with it. A 9. So the centering got a 9, and this is one that I thought the centering was pretty good on. 9.5 on the edges, a 9 on the corners, and a 9 on the surface, which 9 on the surface is kind of weird because this had a, if you know your Topps Finest, it had a protective cover on it, and it always had that. So I peeled the protective cover off before I even sent it in. So there was no marks on the protective cover. So I know this surface was pretty good condition. I mean, I didn't see anything on there that would warrant it not getting a 10. So this is one area where I think, and if you look at the back, the centering is off just a little bit left to right. Top to bottom looks pretty good. Left to right, I'm thinking, so the centering still pretty tough grade on the centering. Edge is a 9.5. Okay. Corners a 9. Yeah, I kind of disagree with that a little bit. This was a really good card. I did think that this had a potential to at least gem mint, and it got a 9. But the surface, there was nothing wrong with the surface that I could tell. You know, I don't want to get into the whole AI conversation because I don't think they have AI myself. They have a really in-depth scanner, but that's not AI. But I looked at it under a magnifying glass, and I didn't see anything on the surface for it to get a 9, front or back. So not really happy about that one, but I mean, it's a nice looking slab, but nice looking slabs only go so far. The grade is really what drives it. So, all right, here's the Kevin Garnett. This is a collector's choice rookie, so I don't think a whole lot of value there. It's just a base, and it's a 9. And again, there was surface got a 9, and I looked at the surface in great detail. This was another one that I thought had the potential to get a 10, and it got a 9 on the surface and a 9 on the centering, which centering, I mean, we'll look at the back here in a minute, but you look at the front, a 9, a full point below on a centering on that. I don't see it. Let's look at the back. See if so this here might look like it's not centered, but it's shaded. Okay, so there's a shade on this side. Top to bottom looks good. I don't see any centering issues on that whatsoever. And again, it looks like it's right to left, but this is a shade. It's not. This block is centered in there, but there's a little bit of a shade coming off of this block to kind of give it a 3D look. So it's centered. I'm a little disappointed with that. I do like the label color, you know, as far as how it looks, pretty good looking slab. But again, not really pleased with the grade there and how they graded it. I know they grade tough, you know, and I'm looking for value. And if I have a quality card, I just think it should, you know, get a quality grade. And I just think it was a little bit unfair on that one. So that's one of the reasons why I'm just not sending any more of them to them. I think they're kind of inconsistent on their grading. At any rate, here's this Frank Thomas rookie. So we're looking at the back of it, and centering looks pretty good. Maybe left to right a little bit. But, you know, is that enough to knock it a full grade? I don't know. And we got a 9. So, yep, centering got a full grade. Corners, 8.5. Wow. It's unfortunate. Yeah, they're little. I've got to be honest. This is one that I knew would maybe not gem. Corners aren't a 10. I can see that. But at 8.5. At any rate, it's a pretty good card. It's a pretty sick card. And I like the label. They did a good job with it. It didn't match up the orange very well, but it doesn't look too terribly bad. So I'll be trying to move on from that one. So far out of 4 slabs, we've got 3 9s and 1 9.5. So tough grades, and these are some really good cards that I sent in. So just not filling the HGA. All right, here is a Ronald Acuna. This is the 70 years of Topps. So this is this year's insert. This is as fresh of a card as you could possibly get. So we'll see what happens. A 9, you got to be kidding me. A 9 on the centering, a 9 on the surface. Corners 9.5 and a 9 on the edges. Unbelievable. I thought this one had a chance to gem. I just don't see it, guys. I just really don't see it. How this gets a 9. I love the label. Looks really good with that card. I don't see it. Again, I had this underneath a magnifying glass. I looked at the surface and it got a 9. There's nothing on that surface that I could tell that deserved a 9. Packed it well. So, yeah. I'm looking at the back. I don't see anything on the back of the surface of the back that would, you know, cause that to be a 9. But this is what I'm talking about. I believe it's kind of a reverse bias. They do grade with a bias because their whole mantra is it should be hard to get a 10, which that is a biased statement in itself. I'll just continue to say that. So they'll continue to struggle as long as they don't bring value, the proper value to cards. So here is a San Diego Padre, Fernando Tatis Jr., and this is another 70 year of Topps. So we're just looking at the back before I turn it over. I'm looking corners, edges, looking at the centering. This corner down here may be a little extra wang on there, and a 9. And this is a fresh, and look at the centering on the front, and it got a 9. That's tough, guys. That's tough. Centering on the back. Centering on the 9. There's nothing there that you can see with your naked eyes. So, you know, we're getting graded on stuff that you can't even see, which is unfair, I think. But 9.5 corners, 9 surface, 9 centering, 9.5 on the edges. This didn't even 9.5. That's crazy. Yep. Okay, so this is one. I'm going to do the Luis Robert next. This is the grade that I do know what it is because I've seen it. It is not a 10. This is top 100. Looking at the back, look at that centering, top to bottom, left to right. Corners look pretty good. There's maybe a little white down here on this corner. 9.5. I did match the card, so I do like the label. 10 on the edges. The edges got a 10. 9 on the corners, which a full grade taken off for the corners is a bit much. Surface a 9.5. There was nothing on this surface. I mean, absolutely nothing. I looked at it underneath the magnifying glass, and the centering is a 9. Tell me where that centering is off. To get a full grade off. And this is numbered, 94 out of 99. Pretty cool card. It's a really nice looking slab. I did Jim Mint. This would be a 10 and a PSA slab. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 9s and 2 9.5s. So here we go. Tom Brady and then Mike Trout. So we'll do the Tom Brady. And this one is, this is a 2020 Mosaic football. So here's the back. You can look at it. Full disclosure. Not hiding anything. Nothing to see there, really. And a 9. Corners a 9. I mean, if these corners are a 9, it's just... Surface an 8 on the surface. I looked at this underneath a magnifying glass and there was nothing. But so the design here, and you can see that there's ridges and stuff around that football. And so a surface gets an 8 for what? So I would like for them to show me what on the surface that they saw that made this an 8. Why can't they do that? You know what I'm saying? Give me something. What do I need to be looking for? Because I looked this underneath a magnifying glass. There wasn't a scratch. There wasn't a fingerprint. I cleaned it. Wasn't nothing here. And I still don't see it. Still don't see it. So, pretty inconsistent. Well, let's just say, I don't know inconsistent. I mean, they're consistent 9s. I mean, so yeah, they love giving 9s. So they're consistent about that, but I don't think it's necessarily fair grading. And I've, not just my cards, but I've seen other cards as well. And I've seen the different discrepancies and stuff like that. So here's a Mike Trout. 91 BMT. This is a, this came out of Bowman and it got a 9. Unbelievable. The centering got a full grade lower. Edges got a full grade lower. Corners a 9.5 and the surface a 9.5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't see anything on there that deserved that. I mean, I was hoping that I would get a 10 out of this. I only got 2 9.5s. I mean, these cards were heavily scrutinized, went over in detail, and I can tell you that, yeah, yep, that'll be probably the last of the HGA cards that I actually pay them money to grade. Slabs look nice, but if you can't get any value out of them on some of those nice looking cards, then why do I need to use their service? It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, there's going to be people out there that hate me or whatever, but I have done enough of, I've did almost 100 cards with them. I've did enough of my own research. I'm not hearsay reading off of, you know, something online or looking at different things, which I do that also. But I've done my own grading. I've paid for their service. I've sent bad cards in. I've sent good cards in. I've sent, you know, all the, the whole thing, and pretty much comes out the same. So, which means it's pretty inconsistent. So I will probably just, I'm thinking about sending some in to SGC, and or I'm just waiting on PSA to straighten out and get caught up and get back in rolling with them. Call me a PSA fanboy, whatever. I like fair grades, and you can say that's fair or accurate, whatever. But then that's fine. That's just my decision. I'm not mad at them. It's not anything personal, like I'm attacking them or whatever. For me and my money and my cards, I'm going someplace else. If you like it, that's fine. You can do that. But at any rate, there you have it. I will put this in my list of HGA reveals. I've done several of those videos. If you want to check them out, you can go back and check out all the other ones that I submit to HGA and see what I got there. And just kind of do your own research, send them cards, and figure out for yourself what you like and what you think you can bring value on, and what you can do, and just go from there. Again, not hating the company. They do produce some really nice looking slabs. They do look nice. At any rate, it's probably just not for me. So, but I appreciate the support, guys. I really do. This was a little bit of a longer video. I knew it would be. Anytime I do HGA reveals or graded card reveals, it's kind of long, because I give my opinions also, what my experience is. And you can disagree with me or whatever, but it's my experience. And so, you have your own experience. But thanks a lot, guys. I do appreciate it. Be looking out for some more stuff. I will see you on the next one.